This is Jonathan Agger, fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Callum Smith here at the final press conference for Chris Eubank Jr. against Liam Smith. Callum, first of all, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. All good. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Let's start obviously with that press conference. Got heated, volatile at times. Can I just get an assessment of what you made of some of the accusations that Chris was making towards your brother?
Look, it adds to the build-up. It's not my type of build-up. I kind of just want to get through this week and get in the ring and fight. Whereas I think they're both very different personalities, and they're both always going to clash when it come to words. And we've seen at the first press conference, we've seen it on social media throughout, and you probably see a little bit more tomorrow with the weigh-in. It's good for the public. It gets people talking about the fight and gets people watching it. But as a fighter, personally, I just want to get in there and do the job. And I think deep down, them two probably both do one as well. They both want to just get in there the weekend and see who the better man is. But obviously, it's good for the public to see that type of build-up. There's a genuine dislike between the two of them, which 9 times out of 10 normally leads to a good fight.
When this fight first got announced, I think a lot of people looked at it and thought, well, Eubank's just naturally the bigger man and that's it. But as we're getting closer and nearer the night, it seems to be changing. A lot of people seem to be backing your brother to win this fight. What have you made of sort of how this has changed, and how do you see the fight playing out?
Yeah, I think, as I say, you just think Eubank is the bigger man, but then as you look into it more, he's not the biggest middleweight come fight night. He doesn't put a lot of weight on. Liam's was a very big 154, and I think seeing his camp, the extra £6 has probably benefited him more than people realise. He's sparred very well. His energy levels are good. Even this week, fight week now, he's in a lot better place. He's just, I think people's opinion is just the minute the fight, they've both shown he can do it at a decent level. I think Liam's shown he can do it at that little bit higher. He's been the world champion. He's been in with better fighters, and I think just his boxing brain would be the difference. The slightly better boxing IQ, which I feel is where Eubank lacks. Probably his lack of amateur experience. He's good at what he does, but just the genuine experience at the very highest level could be the difference, and I believe that's in Liam's favour.
Liam's had a great career, and this is perhaps his career-defining fight. Some people would say Canelo Alvarez, but people have said in this build-up that if he does lose on Saturday night, his career is pretty much over. What do you say to those people? Do you agree?
It depends on over is in what way. If Liam could do what, say, Derek Chisora loses, goes back a level, wins, goes back up a level, and it's whether Liam's prepared to go back down a level to work his way back up. I think Liam's been at the very highest level for a very long time now. I don't believe he'll want to go back down, and I think he's shown that in his camp. He knows he's got a lot to lose, and we're going to see the best version of him this weekend. But the same goes for Chris. Chris loses to Liam Smith. His days of, don't get me wrong, he's been calling Golovkin and Canelo off for years and never actually got close to them. But I think for the winner, it puts himself in a very good position. The loser, puts himself down in the queue, and they've got to work back up. And Chris is 33, Liam's 34. Are they both prepared to do that? I don't know. So I think they both got as much to lose as each other in terms of fighting at the highest level. But Liam's fully focused on getting the win this weekend, and he's very, very confident he does.
Liam said there's a rematch clause in this fight if he wins. And Ben Shalom's talked about the rematch going to Anfield.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any extra motivation from Liam, knowing that if he wins this fight, he could get Anfield?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, it's a nice incentive to have, but I think the fight, regardless whether there was a rematch clause, 2 rematch clauses or no rematch clause, it's a must-win for Liam. He doesn't want to lose to someone like Chris, especially with the water weights beforehand. There's a lot to lose for the loser. So, look, Liam's has a very, very good camp. He's got that bit between his teeth. There's a little bit personal, and I always believe that's what brings out the best in Liam. So as a team, we're very confident in him. He's an exceptional fighter. I've shared many rounds with him over the years. He's very good at what he does, and I believe what he does will be enough to beat Chris.
And lastly on this fight, Chris said in the gloves are off that Conor Benn is a harder fight than your brother. What do you make of that? Is it mind games? Is it just what he thinks?
I think so, yeah. I think it's just a case of trying to put Liam down and refusing to give him credit. If you to say you're a tougher fight than Conor Benn, then it's probably a little bit giving Liam a little bit too much credit, and he could probably take something from that. But I think from outside, Liam's a weight above Conor. He's boxed at a very high level than Conor. He's proven more than Conor. Conor's a good unknown kind of prospect level. He's still yet to do it at a decent level, and he's a welterweight coming up. So obviously I'm a little bit biased, but Liam Smith's a much harder fight for Chris Eubank than Conor Benn was, in my opinion. And I think the amount of people picking Liam in boxing, who are picking Liam to win, compared to the ones who are picking Conor to win, kind of shows that. But yeah, I do think it was just another one of the many mind games that have been tried from both parts.
Moving on to yourself, rumours that you're going to fight on March 11th in Liverpool. What can you tell us in terms of if that's true and if there's an opponent?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's true. That's when I want to fight in March. I want to stay active, and I'm speaking with my team now, and hopefully we can get an opponent confirmed pretty soon and get it announced. And I say I'm in training and working towards that date. That's when I do want to fight. It's just trying to dot the I's and cross the T's, as they say. But yeah, I want to get back in the ring. I want to stay active, and then go into the world title fight in the summer.
Do you expect that to be a British name?
I'm not too sure. They've they're working hard to. I know they've made a few offers to a few different fighters, and we'll try and get. I think to headline in Liverpool, it's going to be a decent opponent. I can't just go and fight a journeyman and expect people to want to come and watch me in a headline fight. So I think regardless of who it is, it'll be a good opponent. But if I'm good enough to go and win the belt at 175, then I should be good enough to beat anyone else in the meantime. And I fully believe that. I believe I can beat any light heavyweight in the world, and that includes Beterbiev, who hopefully I get to fight after this.
And just on that fight, Beterbiev, we've spoken about it before, but has your mind changed at all?
No, like I said, they're both very good fighters. I just think Beterbiev's proven he's got all the belts. He hasn't put a foot wrong so far, and unless he's shown signs of aging, which he hasn't just yet, I think he should have enough to beat Yard. But look, he is 38, he's not going to go on forever. He will lose at some point. It could be next weekend. We'll have to wait and see, but he's yet to show signs of aging, so you've got to put him the favourite.
And Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk looking like it could be in May. Who wins the fight and why?
It's a great fight. I'm a massive Usyk fan. I have been for a while. Skill-wise, I don't believe many people touch him. I just don't know if Fury might just be that little bit too big. I think there's only so much size your ability can make up for, and I think Fury might just be that little bit too big for him. But I'm glad it's happening. It should happen. The two best in the world should fight each other at every weight division. We should always just try and get one champion unification fight there. What boxing needs more of, and if this fight wouldn't have happened, it'd have been another Spence Crawford, which is a shame. So we've got to have the best fighting the best, and this definitely is that at the minute.
And just lastly, I know you're friends with Anthony Joshua. He's moving to America, looks like, with Derek James.
Yeah.
Just any word of sort of advice? How obviously you train out in America with Buddy McGirt. What's he in for? What's the difference?
It's just, I think the American gym environment's a lot different. The American trainers have a lot different mentality, and just personally for me, I went there kind of accepting I needed to improve in certain areas, and I knew I needed to be a sponge, and I went with a trainer who I respect, and whatever he says I'll listen, and I've listened as much as I can, and I believe I have seen the benefits from it. Anthony's his own man. Everyone's got to do their own thing, but I think the fact that he's willing to go over there shows his mentality, and shows he's willing to improve. He wants to improve, and he wants to get back to where he was as the number one heavyweight in the world, and good luck to him. I believe he can.
Callum Smith, appreciate your time, and good luck on Saturday with your brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you.